about searching for meaning today. You know, Kurt Vonnegut said that Plato had mentioned that a life unexamined was not worth living. And then he said, but what if the examined life turns out to be a clunker as well? So I think that's just the truth of it all, isn't it? It's just up to us, whether our lives are clunkers or whether they're meaningful. We come into this world searching and looking for meaning for our whole lifetime. Just as infants, we're trying to make sense of it all, trying to get meaning from it all. And then Joseph Campbell said this. He said, life has no meaning. Each one of us has meaning, and we bring it to life. It's a ways to be asking the question when you have the answer. So we are the meaning that we've been looking for, the meaning that we've been searching for. It's all about what we bring to life. We're born with skills and talents and propensities, abilities, and it's up to us to use those to the highest and best advantage, to the meaning of life. So I think that Joseph Campbell is on to something. What it means is only what we make it mean. That divine essence, that unifying force, that godness can only say yes to us. It doesn't say yes, but. Yes, but you need to behave differently. Yes, but you need to do it my way. That one that I call God, that essence, always wants to say yes. And it's when things are not flowing right for us, when things are not going well for us, it's because we're saying no. We're saying no to life. No, not that way. Because the universe supports us and wants us to express ourselves perfectly and uniquely, the way that we were created in vitro, and the way that we need to bring meaning into our own lives. That's the principles that we practice here. The ability to say yes to life, not to say no to life. The ability to express ourselves with power and grace and love. So Viktor Frankl, who wrote the book, Man in Search of Meaning, talks about when he was a prisoner in Germany, in the concentration camps. And he tells the story of when he is being transported on foot through the muck and the mire and the cold. And he found that people were supporting each other, helping each other. And it was miserable and it was painful. And then he said, the fellow that was helping him get through said, I wonder what my wife is doing. And so they were knowing that they were in love. And so they had a vision of that love, and that got them through. The love got them through. And we forget that, I think. That really what gets us through is love. Not conflict, not anger, not busting through, but love is what is the power that allows us to make meaning. And so Viktor Frankl said, love is the ultimate and the highest goal for which man can aspire. And he created a new psychology called logotherapy. And there are 3 basic points to Viktor Frankl's logotherapy based on love, the power that gets us through. And the 3 basic points are: life has meaning under all circumstances. That no matter what is going on, there is meaning. Not a universal meaning, but the meaning that we bring to it, the meaning that we create for ourselves in our own personal lives. So that's one of his points, is that love has meaning under all circumstances. And then he said, we have the freedom to find meaning. We have the freedom to find meaning. Meaning for ourselves. Not some kind of arbitrary, God-divined meaning, but meaning for ourselves that's personal. That allows us to function in the world. That allows us to bring our skills and our abilities and step to the highest plane. So there's meaning in all circumstances, and we have the freedom to create meaning. And then finally he said, the will to meaning is our main motivation. So that when we move through this world, we sort and we classify and we look at things and we create our own meaning. We use our talents and our skills and our abilities to move in this world in harmony and in peace and in love. Because love is the ultimate meaning of life, the ultimate power. And when we close our hearts, then we are not expressing the truth of who we are. So Mark Minko, once more, had a little quote this morning that said, when the fish gives up the idea of arms, then it can grow fins. So when the fish embraces who and what it is, then it becomes its deepest and most expressive self. And that's true for each one of us. When I give up the idea of being what I'm not, to allow myself to step into the truth of myself, when I allow myself to let go of all of the things that I am not, when I allow myself to let go of all of the anger, all of the disappointments, all of the things that stop me from expressing the truth of my being, can I step into the meaning of my life? So it's not about shutting down. It's not about resisting. It is about stepping in. It's about being brave enough to allow myself to be the truth of who I am. And you know, as that's true for me, I know it's true for each one of you. We're not little robotons. We're expressions of the divine essence that we came here to be. Not something that God has ordained for us ahead of time, but for who and what gives us meaning, gives us the joy of the essence of ourselves. So Michelangelo talked about how when he sculpted, he took away all of that was not of the essence of his work. He didn't create, he abbreviated. And that's the truth for us. We abbreviate and get rid of everything that is not of our nature so that we can rise up and be the truth of who we are. We can allow the meaning of our lives to show up and surface. And we can't do that when we are saying the no's, that's not right. It only shows up when we step into the essence of who we are and we say life, yes, yes. The no's have no essence. They have no life force. They have no joy in them. It's only when we say yes to who we are, yes to what we are, yes to our talents and skills, when we allow ourselves to be the truth, to have the meaning of what we came here to be, that life moves forward. So Aristotle had a word, and it was entelechy. Entelechy, which means the outcome of the potential. So if there is a seed, the telechy of the seed is the tree. The result of the potential. And so that's what we're here for. We're here for entelechy, to be the result of the potential of our essence. To say yes to life, to be joy-filled, and to have meaning for ourselves. The power of who we are. A scientist, a physicist, Meaning-06-29-14 says this: beyond work and love, I would add two other ingredients that give meaning to life. First, to fulfill whatever talents we're born with. However blessed we are by fate with different abilities and strengths, we should try to develop them to the fullest, rather than allow them to atrophy and decay. To say yes to who we are, to say yes to the meaning that we choose to make of our lives. To say yes to the God-given propensity that we are. Now, we all know, and we've all seen, those people who have not acknowledged, who have not examined and stepped into their meaning. What's up, Peter?
Change girlfriends.
We know them, don't we? I mean, we can see them. We can see the pain and the misery and the unhappiness and the negativity of those who have not stepped into their qualities and skills and gifts of life. When we're fighting and we're angry and we're resisting, it is because we are not being the highest and best of who we can be. We are not allowing our skills and talents to surface. We're allowing ourselves to be all covered up with the rocks of the potential. We all know that. I mean, you can drive down the street and you can see the anger and the pain and the hurt that just exudes from some people, can't we? And we can respond in kind to anger, or we can acknowledge the pain and the sadness, knowing full well that the essence is atrophied. The essence is not being allowed to show up. And it's suffocating. It's palatable. Maku Kaku, however the world you say his name, the physicist says also that we should try to leave the world a better place than when we entered it. As individuals, we can make a difference with our talents and our skills. And that's what gives the world meaning. When we take our talents and our skills. When we use what we've been given. When we've allowed the essence of who we are to shine up and shine through, then we get to make a difference in the world. So, I return to Joseph Campbell's quote, which says, "Life has no meaning." Life has no meaning. Each of us has meaning, and we bring it to life. It's a waste to be asking the question, what's the meaning of life, when you are the answer. You're the answer to the meaning of life. So I encourage you this week to let go of all of the stuff that is stopping you from being the highest and best of who you are, stopping you from expressing the truth and the meaning of your life. I invite you to step into and stand in the principle of love. Just imagine what this world would be like if we all just allowed ourselves to express the truth of who we are, not who we are expected to be, not who somebody else programmed for you, not your anger, not your pain, not your sorrow, but the essence of your shiny self, that glorious, beautiful spirit that you came into this world with. So that's what I wish for you this week. I love you all. I love you all. Namaste. Namaste. So I would invite the practitioners to stand and join with me as we hold this congregation in that love. In this moment, I allow myself to join with that essence, that divine, that unique, individual expression of God that I came here to be. In this moment, I let go of everything that stands in my way, everything that is blocking the truth of me. In this moment, I let go of all that is out of harmony, out of peace, out of joy with the truth of my being. I celebrate the God essence of harmony and peace and expressive love. Because that's the meaning for me. That's what I choose to bring to the world. I know that God expresses uniquely, perfectly, and powerfully through each present. I know that love expresses uniquely and perfectly through each person. So I allow goodness and the principle of harmony and the principle of peace, principle of the divine, to flow through all aspects of each one present, all aspects of this center as an expression of God uniquely and perfectly. And I celebrate the good. And so with an open heart, peaceful heart, I declare all is well. And I invite you to join with me by declaring and owning that for yourself by saying, and so it is. Thank you. So we're going to have another congregational song.